Once upon a time in feudal Japan, there was a man named Tokugawa Hidetada. Now, let me tell you the story of his life, with a touch of American humor. Hidetada was engaged to Oda Nobutada's daughter, and he was given the name Hidetada by Toyotomi Hideyoshi himself. You see, when Hidetada was just 11 years old, he became a hostage and was taken to Jurakute to meet Hideyoshi. During their meeting, Hideyoshi generously gave him the character, Hide, as a part of his name, and he changed his childhood name from Nagamatsu to Tokugawa Hidetada. Hidetada even had his coming-of-age ceremony at Jurakute. Talk about getting the royal treatment. Hideyoshi's side chick, Oi no Keita, also known as Hodayan, became Hidetada's wife. Now, Hidetada was the third son, and traditionally, the eldest son would inherit the family's leadership. So, becoming the heir was not something expected of Hidetada at the time of his birth. But destiny had other plans for him. In 1595, Hideyoshi ordered Hidetada to marry again, and this time it was with his adopted daughter, Ehime, also known as Go. As a result, Hidetada received the surname Hashiba from Hideyoshi. These lavish arrangements were not just for Hidetada's benefit but were part of Hideyoshi's strategy to maintain a close relationship with Tokugawa Ieyasu, Hidetada's father. Now, let me tell you about a major blunder Hidetada made. In 1600, the Battle of Sekigahara broke out. The battle itself started on September 15 in the old calendar and took place in Sekigahara, which is now known as Sekigahara town in Gifu Prefecture. Hidetada was given the command to march from Nakasendo, a different route from the main camp of Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was advancing from the Tokaido region. Needless to say, Tokugawa Ieyasu was furious about Hidetada's colossal mistake. He was so angry that he initially refused to meet with Hidetada. It was only after several days and the persuasion of Tokugawa Ieyasu's loyal retainers that Hidetada finally got the chance to meet with his father. But don't worry, it's not all misfortune for Hidetada. He had his moments of victory too. In 1614, Tokugawa Ieyasu declared war on the Toyotomi clan due to a suspected rebellion plot associated with the characters engraved on the bell of Hongenji Temple. And thus, the Winter Campaign of Osaka began. Hidetada joined forces with his father and led the Tokugawa army. However, in order to avoid repeating the mistakes of the Battle of Sekigahara, they had to maintain a hectic schedule. The soldiers became exhausted, and the battle became quite challenging. This, once again, infuriated Tokugawa Ieyasu, but in the end, the Tokugawa forces emerged victorious. The following year, in 1615, the Summer Campaign of Osaka took place, resulting in the downfall of the Toyotomi clan. Though Hidetada didn't have any remarkable feats on the battlefield, their victory allowed him to focus on governing the nation. As Hidetada entered his later years, he decided to pass on the shogunate to his son, Tokugawa Iemitsu, just as his father had done. He took on the role of Ogosho, or retired shogun, and wielded considerable power behind the scenes. Though he wasn't the shogun anymore, he remained active in his dealings with the imperial court, often taking a more prominent role than Tokugawa Iemitsu. One of Hidetada's notable achievements was the establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate's governance structure. He continued Tokugawa Ieyasu's legacy and solidified the shogunate's authority by strictly enforcing the samurai codes and regulations like the Kinchu Narabini Kuge Shohato. This made the distinction between the Tokugawa family and other samurai clans and nobility crystal clear. Additionally, those who failed to adhere to the regulations faced severe punishment, effectively eliminating any opposition to the shogunate. Hidetada also contributed to centralizing power through various endeavors such as the massive construction projects of Edo Castle and Osaka Castle. to undermine the power of other daimyos. He made them shoulder the burden of construction projects, following Tokugawa Ieyasu's strategy. These grand projects not only showcased the might of the shogunate but also played a significant role in centralizing authority. Moreover, Hidetada implemented measures to control religion and trade by cracking down on Christians and introducing the Hoshobun system. These policies, inspired by Tokugawa Ieyasu's vision, were successfully executed under Hidetada's capable leadership. However, it's worth mentioning that Hidetada was never particularly skilled in warfare. Although he played a significant role in the Ueda Castle campaign and the winter and summer campaigns of Osaka, he couldn't showcase his bravery and military prowess throughout his life. In fact, he made blunders that angered his father, Tokugawa Ieyasu, and his lack of battlefield achievements was evident. And so, the life of Tokugawa Hidetada, a man with political prowess and administrative accomplishments, unfolds. Despite his shortcomings in warfare, he successfully fulfilled his duties as a leader, leaving a mark on the Tokugawa shogunate's history.